everybody. I am Jonathan Thomas, or Mr. Thomas to those students out there watching this. And I am joined today by...
Mr. Thompson.
All right. So, as the Adobe teacher, as the film teacher, I have been trying to figure out a way to get out to you guys and spend a little more time examining what goes on here at the school. And Mr. Thompson here just has a real heart and a passion for what he does. So Mr. Thompson, how long have you been teaching?
This is my third year teaching, first year at this school.
Oh, very cool.
So I was at 2 years at a school in Moss Bluff, and then first
Where
year
were you in Moss Bluff?
St. Theodore's, Holy Family. It was a Catholic school in Moss Bluff, a little tiny one. So I was there for 2 years.
Okay. Did you, so I already kind of know the answer to this, but I want you to tell the story. You had a career before you were a teacher, right?
Yes. I was, well, when I graduated high school, I joined the seminary to become a priest. Mm-hmm. I did that for 8 years. I did my tour in the north. I lived in Chicago, New York, Connecticut, and Michigan. Worked at...
East Coast, huh?
Yeah, East Coast style, and then I ended up in the breadbasket.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice. Very, very cold, much colder than our winters here.
Yeah.
But, so I was up there, I studied most of that time, then I worked at a school. My last 2 years just really started getting me into education. So I did a lot with youth work and youth ministry retreats, things like that. So that's kind of my background. Then I came back to Louisiana, which I'm from here originally, and then I
You're from here originally?
started with McNeese, yeah. Then I started McNeese to...
So what part of Louisiana did you grow up in? Was it here in
Topsy.
Charles? Topsy, where is that?
Topsy. Take 171, just go straight north.
All right.
For like 45 minutes.
It's kind of out in the country?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I'm a country
interesting.
boy.
Who would have thought? You made your way over to New York City.
Yeah.
Now you're back
I
here
lived
in
in the
Lake
Big
Charles.
Apple for 2 years.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
It was fun. Yeah.
So you guys...
All different. The traffic is, I enjoy the traffic up there much better, but, you know, we think we like to drive down here.
Yeah.
They know how to drive. I'm just kidding.
So you guys may not know Mr. Thompson very well yet, but I've spent a fair amount of time with him over the past few weeks, and he is just on fire for our students, for you guys. I've had a couple conversations with him recently about just ideas and ways to improve the quality of culture here in school, which is already very good. But to hear someone generate ideas the way he does is really humbling and impressive. So if you wouldn't mind, maybe we could talk a little bit about some ideas, maybe a passion project of yours that you'd like to share with the world. Do you have anything maybe in mind?
Specifically what we've been doing over the last week, well really since before Christmas, it's a program called PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Intervention System. It doesn't sound like much, but essentially what that is making a reward system for good behavior. That's the nuts and bolts of the program. We already have that in place in the school. It's in place with many schools around Calcasieu Parish, things like that, and everybody applies it different ways. But the gist of it is saying that what are the students doing right? Where do we want them to go? What is the culture of the school that we want to build? And then how can we foster that?
Okay.
Right? So academic excellence, for instance, we really prize that here at FK White. So how can we reward students for academic excellence? How can we make that more of a priority, especially like creating a school culture around it?
Yeah.
The athletics, the school culture, the environment in which the students just live and work on a day-to-day basis. How can you reward students for that, right? For instance, in a specific way. And then especially the last goal for us is attendance. How can we just take something as simple as showing up to school and make that make it a big deal. Make that something where you're like, if you're present, which means that you're responsible, you're on top of your education, you're going to, make your education happen just by being here every single day. Present?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something to just celebrate, right? So PBIS is all about celebrating the things we should do, our responsibilities and obligations, but also going above and beyond to make the school great.
And sort of celebrating that amongst the students, which has been, I think that's what's most impressive to just kind of soak in your aura about, is because you've got so much creativity when it comes to finding a way to get students to buy in to the culture of the school.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's
it's not
really
just
fun. It's kind of intoxicating to be around. and
Well, I
to
mean,
talk
it's
about.
nice to be here at FK because that's kind of the way the school is.
Yeah,
in general.
right. We already
it's
have
definitely not just
the
it's
infrastructure's
so
there,
many
if
of
you will.
teachers.
Yeah.
They're just on fire to be here every single day, passionate about education, and so then how can we kind of take that? And then the whole point of PBIS is making a structure or a system
Right.
in which there are established rewards for specific goals.
Right.
And that's
Right.
where we're really going with this.
So I've prepared some questions, or we've prepared some questions about, and I'm not going to misguide anybody. We worked on this
Yeah.
together, but we're going to kind of move through those questions if you don't mind, and I'll
Sure,
just kind of
yeah.
let you field answers. So, what are Wolverine Bucks, and how do they help students? How do they help motivate students?
Okay, so what are Wolverine Bucks? See, Wolverine Bucks are nothing new.
Okay.
We've had them, I guess, I mean, I've heard from as long as, the school's been around. Basically, it feeds into the behavior rewards, is that a Wolverine Buck is essentially the school honoring the contract of fulfilling the goals of the school.
Yeah.
Right? So Wolverine Buck is basically just money. They're
Yeah.
green bucks and red little slips of paper that we have printed out. The red ones are essentially just 5, green ones just like a $5 bill.
Okay.
So you get
higher
Wolverine Bucks.
value.
Yes. Yeah. You get Wolverine Bucks for certain things that we'll talk about specifically what they are. But it's the school really honoring the good behavior of our students.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and
That's
actually,
what a Wolverine Buck is.
I've become very familiar with them.
Contract.
I've,
Just like money, right? Just
yeah.
like you get money, you can buy something with it.
Yeah.
Government backs that up, so it's got monetary value.
Yeah.
So your good behavior gives you a school monetary value.
So obviously it's fun. It's fun to give students rewards because then you get to see the excitement as they work towards receiving that essentially payment for their work.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of an old student groan, like, why aren't we getting paid for this? Why aren't we getting paid to work?
It's funny, we had that exact
yeah.
conversation in my class, because I teach math, the beginning of the year. It was like, so this is your first job, really, as a student. You have a full-time job every day.
It's kind
so
of hard.
if I was to hire you, based on your performance from a week, like, what would I look at? Well, I just come and look at how you perform in school, right? And so,
Yeah.
all of our future employees here at the school, this is your first big chance,
That's right.
to make something of yourself today. So it's not like your education is in a vacuum that you just got to wait until you finally get out of the workplace.
It's
Or you
started.
just wait till your life
Yeah.
finally begins. No, I mean, your education is now. Like, take advantage of it and start
right.
using those opportunities. So anyway, it's kind of funny you
Yeah.
mention that. Because it is applies, right?
Yeah.
It totally applies.
That's right. So that's been great to see. Just in my own classroom, I've been handing them out as quickly as
Yeah.
I can write them in some instances, especially towards like the end of class, that last 10 minutes, as kids are wrapping up their work, like, oh, Mr. Thomas, I made 100% on my quiz, pay me, and I'm happy to do it, and it's great to see that kind of inter-class discord and like competitiveness. I like that.
Yeah, the competitive spirit is always.
I enjoy that very much. It's opened up
Yeah.
a whole new window for me as a teacher to kind of play mind games with my students about
Yeah,
how
I
hard
mean-
they can compete against one another for the highest honors in academics, which is something you don't always see among students competing for,
Well, and then you get into the competitive. What is competition? It's just how can you push yourself
That's right.
next to your peers, right? It's a means of growing.
So we have these bucks, right? What do they do with the dollar? What do they do with this money, this currency we're
Okay.
giving the students?
Yeah, what do
what
the
is the
Wolverine Bucks do?
purpose?
So-
where do they go?
So right now, the Wolverine Bucks are used in the Wolverine Store, which is being expanded currently.
Oh, interesting.
So we have
Where is it now? What is the store now?
right now the store is a rolling cart that we bring out to recess every day.
Okay.
So right now it basically has candy, snacks, and we've got a couple of things on there.
And that's every day.
Every day. So it's gonna be
Wow.
out of recess every day for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Every day, guys. So
Yes.
earn your bucks and spend them every day.
You can also use the Wolverine Bucks for buying temp IDs in the morning.
Say that again?
You can buy a temp ID in the morning. That's important because when the students come to school without an ID, you're supposed to have an ID. So if you don't have
Right.
your physical ID pass, you can buy a temporary ID in the morning.
What do
you
they-
can purchase that with 1 green buck. Now,
What do they cost normally? Like if you don't have
now
one
it's
buck?
$1.
So that's some serious
So
value.
1 buck is
like-
basically, we're trying to keep it that the monetary value of things you buy from the Wolverine store is about
Huh.
$1 to $1.
So that's no joking matter. Like some kids could really use
Yeah.
IDs.
Yep.
And
so IDs
don't
are a
always
big
have-
one. The items in the store, it's basically just kind of says candy and snacks right now.
Yeah.
We have a couple of school supplies in there.
Okay.
We finally just got headphones into the store.
I heard the
and
students
we're
talking
gonna
about
be-
it today.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
got
they
some
were excited.
headphones. We're starting to put in, for instance, like free dress passes, jean passes. Pretty sure we're gonna get some pajama day passes put in there as well.
How do you advertise what's going to be in the store?
Well, okay, so that's coming. We will begin to put out either, we're going to do both. We're going to send around, put posters around the school, as well as emailing the teachers, and we put it on Facebook as well, the inventories that we have.
Okay.
So students will know exactly kind of
Yeah.
what it is to buy. So we're breaking it down into categories. Right now we're really in the process of systematizing this.
Yeah.
The
Early days.
We're in the structuring the store to where, you know that a candy bar is $2 or whatever.
Okay.
Headphones are $5 right now.
Okay.
And so we're still working a couple of those kinks out of what things cost, but what we'd like to have with the store, at least by the end of the year, are kind of not to so much expand the candy and snacks division of it, but have apparel, hats, sweaters, scarves, things like that.
Yeah.
More of the tech side, also pencils, pens, mechanical pens, like folders, books, binders.
So useful things.
Backpacks,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So it should become a full-fledged store, and then you can have other things like eatable meals, right? Why can't you go buy your lunch at the Wolverine Store with your Wolverine bucks? So, I don't know, like ramen noodles, things like that.
Yeah,
Just
why not?
those kinds of,
I like it.
those kinds of things where it's actually a pretty useful store you can get to every day.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
kind of where we want to go. That's the direction. So expanding the store a lot, and for that we will need donors.
Okay.
So donations will be taken. We're going to make some appeals via Facebook.
FK White
especially.
community, if you are seeing this,
Yeah.
this is our informal invitation. If you also have a heart
Informal
for
invitation.
building community in the school, get in touch with us. I'll make that very easy for you at the end of this video, or I'll just put it on the screen right now. It's on the screen right now. Please get in touch with us if you've got a heart for the community and for building school culture. This is a great opportunity for you guys to get involved and be part of what we do here, which is nothing short of truly special.
The store is going to be we kind of want to make that a centralized location to where you can really make your Wolverine books usable.
Right.
So to be available to students every single day. But yeah, if you would like to give items, any kind of, we're going to say like food items, but I mean the sky's the limit. If you want to, at the end of this, we can post our wish list of items that we want for the store. So you can see concretely what we want, but like kind of anything for school, anything that you can use in schools, so any kind of snacks, any kind of foods that we can sell there. Pretty much all that. And if you'd like to give, money to the PBIS to be used in the store, we definitely take that too. But a lot of people I know want to donate specific items. And actually, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but speaking of donations specifically, so there's a second way that we are now going to be, this is going to be new to use the Wolverine bucks. It's going to be called Club FK. So we can go with a different name for it. It's going to be called Club FK. It is going to be a hangout place, basically, essentially it's a room. Right now we're going to be using some of the classrooms. We're piling it with the 6th graders just for now, until we can see if we can get a permanent location we can open to 7th and 8th graders. But it will be a room that's available during recess that students can buy admission to. So you have to pay for maybe like $2 or $3.
Okay.
We haven't set the price yet. To go in, and you can spend your whole recess in there. We are looking for video game systems, if you would like to donate them, to be used in the Club FK.
I think
it's basically a reward. Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have one that I'm not using.
Anything you don't use, they can be new, they can be old,
Yeah.
whatever. We'll take games as well.
Okay.
That we can have set up in there. We'll have music playing. Someone is already going to donate popcorn machines. We'll have popcorn there for the students as well.
Wow.
It'll be kind of like an area,
cool.
hangout, a lounge. If you actually donation, if you have like an old ping pong table or a foosball table, something like that, you don't want anymore, it's taking up space in the basement. We don't have basements here, but if it's taking up space in the garage,
Right.
we'll
In
take
the attic.
it, right?
We
In the
have
attic,
attics, yeah.
we'll take it.
Yeah.
So we wanted to build, right now we have a classroom that we're going to be using every day.
Okay.
And so students, so the whole point is, remember, it's the behaviors of just simple things, right? So you can get bucks for...
You read the mind of my next question.
Right, yeah. So they can use those bucks to buy items at the store daily.
Yeah.
They can also use those bucks to go to the Club FK for recess.
Okay.
Those are what we got right now. And as well, we have, there's the temp IDs in the morning. You can use those. So those are specific items at the moment in which they can be used.
Yeah.
The Club FK is just for 6th graders at the moment, just remember.
Okay, just for 6th graders.
Until we get a permanent location in the school.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to
Open it
use it more.
Kind of beta testing it right now.
Yeah, because we're just using classrooms, and so those
Yeah.
classrooms are only available during 6th grade recess.
Sure, I
So,
understand.
but it's coming. We're
So-
getting there. We're on it.
So, you kind of touched on this already, but I want to give you an opportunity to kind of restate this for the students watching, and then give you an opportunity to kind of wrap things up.
Yeah.
As a student, if I'm a student,
Mm-hmm.
what do I absolutely need to know, and what can I do to make sure that I am as prosperous as possible when it comes to Wolverine bucks? If I want bucks in my pocket, what do I need to know?
What do you need to do? Okay, so like I kind of mentioned this before, we have 3 main goals: attendance, academic achievement, and school spirit.
Okay.
Okay, so attendance, you get 1 green buck. We've been announcing this over the loudspeakers, but you get 1 green buck per week for a perfect attendance in your first hour. So that's if you're physically present in your first hour class every single day. Now we're clarifying, right? I had originally sent an email just saying attendance in general. We're still working out exactly what that means, but as of now, first hour teachers keep track. So if a first hour teacher, if you want to not include later, if you find out they checked out in the middle of the day for whatever reason.
Right.
And now, so the whole point of it is like some parents are gonna be like, well, they have a doctor's appointment that they can't miss. I mean, yes, we understand that, but there is something to say about just a student who is physically present every single day of the week.
There is.
You can't make up for that. So green buck every single day, perfect attendance. We're also expanding it to ID. So every day the student has their ID. Every week you have your ID for the whole week. That's another green buck. So it's 2 green bucks per week.
Yeah.
We're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Simple things.
So I think my favorite caveat, like my favorite add-on students as a teacher, talking to you guys now, it is not, so I love that I don't have to remind you guys to come and talk to me about green bucks. I don't have to pre-write them. You guys, the impetus is on students. The responsibility is on the students to come and say, hey, I believe I was here all last week.
Yeah.
Can you give me my money? Can you give me my bucks for that?
Yes. Yeah. That's
and I love that that accountability.
That's an important
great.
point. The teachers are not, we've told them this multiple times, the teachers don't have to chase after students to give them green bucks or like worry about saying, hey, this is, I owed you these or whatever. The students, it's on the students, right?
Yeah.
So they're in charge of what they have earned.
That's right. I like that. I love that concept.
So just a couple
it builds
more
accountability, and I like that.
couple more ways in which you can get bucks in general. So for instance, students who don't get admin lunch attention, in-school suspension, or out-of-school suspension, every IPR, you get a red buck. It's a clarification that we'll be sending out, but as of now, it's not every 9 weeks, every IPR. So that's 3 times a 9 week, you'll be getting a red buck. For that, the way in which we'll let teachers know will be coming. But another way as well, besides that one was, oh, and I forgot it. So the IPRs, A's, grades.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you make an A on a test in a teacher's room, that's a green buck.
Okay.
If you make an A on your report card or an IPR, that's a red buck. So if a student makes banner roll, 8 A's,
and I imagine
that's
more things
bucks
to come later as well, right?
Yes, yeah. So we're slow as we set these goals. We're putting them out so that people know. And that's as of now. We also will have another one that will be announced at the school by administration. If the outside recess area is free of trash after 6th, 7th, and 8th grade recess, the entire school will get a buck for that day.
Okay.
So keep campus clean, right? Yeah. The outside, I mean, and that's for the whole school, but that will be announced in school by Mr. Clancy.
Josh, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson.
It was such a pleasure to talk to you about this. it's clear that you really do have a passion for building this community amongst our students, and I can tell you as a participant and a bystander and someone who gets to listen to you talk about this, it's wonderful to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
We got a good team.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, we got a really good team.
Um,
So there's more things to come, but as of now, that's what we've got. There's actually a lot more things to come, so we'll probably have to make another one.
Yeah,
Talk about kind of the vision,
we'll
especially for
we'll do
next
part two,
year.
Part 2 coming up.
Yeah, because next year
Yeah.
will be exciting. Just to let you know.
FK White family, thank you so much for tuning in. All of the important information will be tagged right here. So if you are looking for a list of items that we're looking for, if you're interested in getting in touch with the school to contribute donations of any kind, of any magnitude, if you have ideas for things that maybe we didn't think of, students that you would like to see in the store, let us know. We love to communicate with you guys, families, parents, community leaders. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is FK White.
Okay.
FK. Have a great afternoon, guys, or a great wherever. You can watch this anytime, so any day, anytime. See you guys later.
Bell, have a good day.
Yeah, don't be late for your next class.